Abraham, Batman, Obama. The Batman trilogy began in 2005, the same year that Barack Obama stepped onto the national political stage. What follows is a timeline of the movies and Obama's political rise to the presidency. Batman Begins, released June 17, 2005. On January 3, 2005, Barack Obama became a U.S. Senator, representing the state of Illinois. The same year that Batman Begins came out. The Dark Knight, release, July 18, 2008. In 2008, Barack Obama was elected President of the United States. The same year that The Dark Knight came out. The Dark Knight Rises, release, July 20, 2012. July 20, 2012, exactly 1 week before the Olympics begin in London, the new Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises, was being shown in Aurora, Colorado. During the showing, a suspect gunman, James Holmes, went on a shooting spree, just after midnight, in Theater 9, killing at least 12 people and injuring up to 50 people. In 2012, Barack Obama is running for re-election for President of the United States. The same year that The Dark Knight Rises came out. The whole Luciferian, California agenda has been perpetuated and centered around the children of Abraham. Abraham equals Barama equals Rabama. Ra is the sun god symbolized by the 15th letter O, with 15 being the number most closely associated with God, according to Freemasonic teachings. Therefore, Rabama equals Ra, the circle sun, and Ba is the soul, sun aspect in Egyptian mythology, and Ma relates to the mother, Mary, Mare, the sea. Rabama then becomes Obama. Abraham equals Obama symbolically speaking. Batman equals Batima and equals Ba soul, sun sacrifice and Ma conception. The 20th letter T coincides with 8 on the second clock face. Multiplying 2 times 8 equals 16, the number of the Lion King, Lincoln 16, Obama 44 and the Sphinx. The 14th letter N coincides with 2 on the second clock face. Multiplying 2 times 2 equals 4, relating to the four-square foundation that the Luciferian, California agenda is built upon. The 14th day in the female menstrual cycle is the peak moment allowing for conception. Adding 2 plus 2 equals 4 as well. Obama begins in 2005 following the release of Batman Begins. Obama becomes president in 2008 following the release of The Dark Knight. Obama runs for re-election for president in 2012 following the release of The Dark Knight Rises. Batman, Obama is the Dark Knight. Barack Obama is the offspring of his black father Barack Hussein Obama. His mother, Ann Dunham, is white. This has conjured up the illusory person of dark complexion we know as Barack Obama. This illusory president is running for president once again, attempting to continue rising. Barack Obama turned 51 years old on August 4, 2012. Adding the letters of Batman, allowing for each letter to be the value equal to its placement in the alphabet is, Batman equals 2 plus 1 plus 20 plus 13 plus 1 plus 14 equals 51. This is the same number as Barack Obama's age on August 4, 2012. The words Dark Knight suggests a night of doom, as well as suggesting a person who is a knight and operates in a mysterious fashion. A closer look at the word night equals K-night equals K, or 11, and night suggesting 9, as in K9, a dog equals God, and T suggesting the sacrifice. In other words, the word night is suggesting a 9/11 and the sacrifice of God, who is of course, the Son of God, who is the Lion King, the lion from the tribe of Judah, who is the Sphinx, who is Lincoln, who is Obama, who is Batman. All of this suggesting a very dark 9/11. Incidentally, Barack Obama's middle name Hussein, is the name of Saddam Hussein, who supposedly was hung on the December 30, 2006. In the 2012 presidential election, Barack Obama ran against Mitt Romney of the Republican Party. Mitt Romney used his credentials as the head of the Bane Corporation to illustrate his ability to create wealth. In other words, Mitt Romney and Bane are opposing Barack Obama. Here again, in the DC Comics of January 1993, the character Bane was one of Batman's more physically and intellectually powerful foes. Bane is best known for breaking Batman's back in the Nightfall story. The back is the spine. Obama is symbolic of the Sphinx whose spine reaches around the world at 37 degrees north. 37 degrees north goes through San Francisco and the Golden Gate. This suggests the spine of the Sphinx, Obama, will be broken. Furthermore, the Bane character is in the last Batman trilogy film, The Dark Knight Rises, as the film's main antagonist. This is being played out in the election as Romney and Obama, or Bane and Batman. The word Bane means to take a bath. This is suggesting a flood. The phrase bain de soleil in French means to sunbathe. Sunbathe suggests a bath in the sun, suggesting the Son of God. Aurora massacre shooters car license 119 Rock equals 911 Rock. On July 22, 2012, President Obama, Batman, visited Aurora, Colorado, and met with the victims' families. During his public media address, he made casual mention of the dark night which the community had just been through, but that a brighter day was upon them. Interesting indeed, that the symbolism surrounding Obama and Batman, and the Dark Knight Rises movie, would immediately see the president visit Aurora on the 22nd of July 2012. Especially since Aurora means goddess of the dawn. The date of July 22nd is in itself a highly symbolic number, as the number 22 refers to the Marriott Hotel of the destroyed WTC and is the Marriage Hotel, California, which is suggested to be destroyed by the Twin Towers of Oregon and Arizona collapsing upon it. The event in Aurora, Colorado also raises a very curious situation. This, in regards to the HAARP installation in Gacona, Alaska. The name Aurora means goddess of the dawn in Roman mythology. The initials for HAARP mean High Frequency Active Auroral Research Project. The word auroral is included in the middle of this list. Why would a reference to the goddess of the dawn be included? Obviously something else is in play here. And the initials in reverse equals prey, as in to hunt something. Keeping in mind that Orion was a hunter in ancient mythology, and Sirius was his hunting dog, which is named after Syria, where the civil war is escalating daily, it becomes obvious that the Syrian conflict and the Dark Knight Rises movie, and the Rock of the 11 Western States are linked together. Furthermore, the HAARP initials equals 8 plus 1 plus 1 plus 18 plus 16 equals 44, the number of the Lion King, Lincoln, the Sphinx, Obama and Batman. Aurora means goddess of the dawn in Roman mythology. Colorado is an anagram for Dolorosa, suggesting the Via Dolorosa, or Way of Sorrows, and the path that the mythological Jesus took as he carried his cross to be crucified. Colorado is one of the 4 corner cross states located in the 11 western states. The name of the theater in which the shooting took place is called the Century 16 Theater. The word century equals 100. The number 16 plus 100 equals 116, which coincides with 8 on the 10th clock face. Adding 8 plus 10 equals 18, or 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 666, or sex, or 30, which suggests the London Olympics' 30th Olympiad. The number 116 rotated 180 degrees equals 911. July 20th is the 202nd day of the year with 164 days remaining. This is exactly 1 week before the London Olympics begin. The number 164 equals 1 plus 6 plus 4 equals 11. The date of July 20th equals 7 plus 20 equals 27, or 3 by 3 by 3, a perfect cube which is a folded cross forming a box. The number 20 coincides with 8 on the 2nd clock face. Adding 20 plus 8 equals 28, the number relating to menstruation, regeneration, rebirth, the flood and the moon. The chart immediately below shows some of the symbolism in regards to the movie theater where the shooting occurred. Notice the shape of the marquee sign is similar to the 11 western United States, with the number 16 being boldly exhibited. The number 16 relates to the Sphinx, the Lion King, Lincoln and Obama. The shooting in this theater is directly linked to the 911 events occurring throughout the world on a daily basis, and is now bringing attention closer to its intended target, the 11 western states. On July 18, 2012, the Syrian government's national defense building was blown up by a suicide bomber. This was the 200th day of the year with 166 days remaining. The number 200 carries an obvious symbolism of duality and double intensity, and the number 166 refers to 166 degrees west, and when combined with 66 degrees north, suggests the location of the Bering Strait and Alaska, the Little Dipper state. The Syrian government's defense minister, the foreign affairs minister, a deputy minister and President Assad's brother-in-law and chief advisor were killed in the attack. This occurred 9 days before the Olympics begin in London, when the exchanging of the Olympic rings, the wedding rings of the sacrificial marriage of the Lamb, will be ritualistically exchanged, and the financial, fiancé and her husband's son, the sun and the moon eye, or the sun and the money, will be manipulated into the next stages of the Luciferian, California agenda. Gotham, Gotham, the Batman comics and the current Batman trilogy are the product of DC Comics. The storyline has Batman fighting crime in Gotham City. The name Gotham City is based on Washington Irving's November 11, 1807 edition of Salmagundi, and the town of Gotham, Nottinghamshire, England. According to folklore, it was a place inhabited by fools. Gotham is derived from the Old English word gat, goat, ham, home, literally meaning homestead where goats are kept. Gotham City has become an ambiguous city in the Batman trilogy, and is meant to be whatever city one imagines it to be. Some of the original cities to be portrayed as Gotham City have been New York and Chicago. However, the subliminal attached to the name Gotham, or Goat Home, relates to Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is the home of the Pentagon, which is an inverted five-pointed star, which in turn is the symbol of the Baphomet goat, or sacrificial goat. The Pentagon is the home of goats used for sacrifice. The DC Comics series also suggests Washington, D.C., as does the name Washington Irving, who first coined the term back in 1807, on November 11th, or the 11th of November 1807, understanding that President Obama is Batman. Then the subliminal suggestion that Washington, D.C. is Gotham City further illustrates the hypnotic manipulation implanted within the Batman story. The writing of Washington Irving in the November 11th edition of Salmagundi also has a distinct subliminal attached. Salmagundi equals Solemagundi equals Sun Mother Gundi equals the Son and Mother Gundeth equals Sacrifice of Solomon. The term Salmagundi actually refers to an elaborate salad mix, or a potpourri, or a wide variety of anything you might want it to be. This is exactly what Gotham City is meant to suggest, keeping the illusory veil covering the actual city it's referring to. James Holmes may have referred to himself as the Joker. However, he is much more than just the Joker. James the Joker is also the goat, the Baphomet, all of which suggests again the pillars of Solomon's temple. J plus G plus B, or James, Joker, Goat, and Baphomet. The name James Holmes suggests the home of goats. A close look at one of the first pictures that was displayed immediately after the shooting, it's very obvious that there are little tufts of hair sticking out on each side of Holmes' head, suggesting a goat's ears or horns. Below is the picture of James Holmes, showing the suggestion relating to the goat, the Baphomet, the symbol of sacrifice. James Holmes, Aurora shooter, number 16. Below is a photograph of the Aurora theater shooting suspect James Holmes. Note that James Holmes is wearing number 16 on his sport shirt. The same number as the theater where Batman The Dark Knight Rising was being shown, and where the shooting occurred. The name Holmes is spelled the same as that of Katie Holmes, who's been in the news of late, in regards to her divorce from Tom Cruise. Cruise was in the recent movie Rock of Ages, and Katie Holmes was asked to play Catwoman in Batman The Dark Knight Rising, but refused at the urging of Cruise. Katie Holmes is 33 years old, and was the third wife of Tom Cruise. All three of Cruise's ex-wives, all divorced him at age 33. Of course, the most obvious indication that Washington, D.C. is Gotham City, is due to the fact that it is a place inhabited by fools. No further evidence is required. However, there's more. The Pet Goat Story, September 11, 2001. The events of the last 11 years began on the morning of 9/11. George W. Bush was in Florida, flowers, flowing, flood, his brother Jeb Bush's estate, where martial law had been enacted just 2 days before 9/11, for no apparent reason, and there was George, reading the Pet Goat Story to the children in the classroom. Holding the book upside down, of course, in the fashion of the inverted pentagram or Baphomet, as is the desire of any good Freemason who is on the verge of sacrificing thousands of people, even without the full comprehension that this is what they are doing. Hypnosis is that powerful. All throughout religious books, the goat appears as a symbol of sacrifice, and even as a symbol of redemption, as in the example of the scapegoat. Ever since the events of 9/11, the world has seen an incredible transformation, all leading to the illusory moments we are now experiencing, and the goat story of sacrifice is now more relevant than at any time in the last 11 years. Below is a photograph of President Bush reading the goat story along with the class of children, and even after being told of the attack, continued for 7 minutes, reading along. The number 7, of course, refers to perfection and completion, and for this reason Mr. Bush had to sit there and fulfill his duty. Batman equals Brahman, Atman equals Brahman, Atman equals Batman. In the Hinduism faith, the term Brahman refers to the one supreme, universal spirit that is the origin and support of the phenomenal universe. Brahman is referred to as the absolute or Godhead, which is the divine ground of all matter, energy, time, space, being, and everything in and beyond this universe. According to Advaita, refers to the identity of the self and the whole, a liberated human being, salvation, has realized Brahman as his or her own true self. This is referred to as Atman, which is synonymous with the soul. The suggestion attached to the combination of Brahman and Atman, or Brahman Atman equals Batman. As mentioned previously on this page, Abraham equals Obama equals Batman equals Brahman Atman equals Brahman Atman equals Ra the Sun God and Atman, the salvation, or the liberated man. Atman equals Brahman Atman equals Sol equals Son of God equals the sacrifice equals Obama. In other words, what's being suggested with the name Batman is the sacrifice of the Son of God for salvation. This doesn't necessarily mean that Obama will personally be sacrificed, but it does deliver the subliminal and hypnotic suggestion so that the Son of God will be sacrificed, which includes the body of humanity, who are one with the Godhead, who are the body and blood of the Christ, who will be sacrificed as an offering to the God of regeneration and eternal life. Keep in mind that Obama equals Lincoln equals Lion King equals Sphinx/Phoenix, equals Lincoln equals Batman, winged savior, equals Abraham equals Brahman Atman. This is the bullshit suggestion attached to the Batman story.